What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for another live Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle against a subscriber/follower on Twitter. Today we're going up against Harold in a mixed tier match, and we're going to be trying out Mega Steelix as per your request. A lot of people have been actually tweeting at me saying that I need to try Mega Steelix, so I'm going to try it in a couple of different battles. And we'll see how it goes, see if it's all about the hype, because apparently its physical defense is just otherworldly. It's like 200 and something, I don't know, something ridiculous. Anyway, as we're getting started today, just a friendly little reminder in case you guys haven't done so already and you would like to show your support to the channel and the series and all that fun stuff, you can do so by clicking that thumbs up button right below this video. That does help out a lot when you guys do that, and so do your comments and suggestions, so feel free to leave your thoughts down below. Now, as for the team, we have Choice Band, Rapidash, Choice Scarf, Rotom-Wash, Eviolite, Girder, specially defensive Mandibuzz, specially defensive Milotic, and then Mega Steelix is going to be the wall of all walls, because it's just that bulky. It really, really is. Its stats are ridiculous. So Harold is bringing a mostly OU and UU team here, which is fine, because I've got stuff from, I think, all 4 of the major tiers. The Steelix is RU, if I'm not mistaken. Milotic is UU, and then Girder and Rapidash are NU, Mandibuzz is OU. Not that it matters. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's move on. Let's get into the actual battle here. Now, he's got that Galvantula. That could be a lead, so I am thinking I want to lead off with Steelix. Because Galvantula can't really do a whole lot to me unless he's packing the Energy Ball, which is somewhat rare. They tend to carry Sticky Web, Thunder, Volt Switch, and Bug Buzz, none of which hit Steelix for very much damage at all, and we're immune to those electric type attacks as well. So we can use that opportunity to get up Stealth Rocks for that Noivern, because they're normally choiced, which means they're going to be switching in and out quite often. And, you know, it does 25% every time, so we want that up. And the Greninja could be Focus Sash as well. And even if it's not, if the Galvantula is the one that's Focus Sashed, then, you know, he might just lay Sticky Web and then get out and keep that Focus Sash intact. We don't want that, so Stealth Rocks will at least get rid of the Focus Sash when he comes back in. So that is that. He's actually going to lead off with Medicham here, which is a little bit interesting. I was not really expecting that. We probably... trying to think. I don't know if we want to stay in on this. No, because if he has high jump kick, that might do just about half. Because of pure power. That's really the only reason. Mega Medicham is just so ridiculously powerful. That's why it moved up to OU pretty fast. Now, what we can do is, you know what, I'm going to predict a fake out here, because that tends to be what they like to go for. I'm going to go into Rotom-Wash, take that fake out. I don't think we're going to take it that well, but we can take it, because we are Choice Scarf, and I have the Will-O-Wisp, and that is why I love Choice Scarf Will-O-Wisp. It's fantastic for situations like these, when you can outspeed an otherwise somewhat quick Pokemon and get them burned before they can hit you with anything. Because he's probably going to go for an Ice Punch here. So, either way, I'm going for Will-O-Wisp. We need it to hit. We need it to hit. No missing, Rotom. Listen, buddy. No missing the Will-O-Wisp. I mean, with that head and, like, everything all of his, like, what are they, bandages? Or, like, part of his headband or whatever it is that are just kind of flowing in the background. That could be distracting. But Rotom doesn't care. He really doesn't. He's just like, you know what? You're still getting burned, Mega Medicham. You're still getting burned. He does go for the Ice Punch, and I don't know if we're going to take that even with the burn. We do, actually. 13 HP remaining, and that is great, because a Scarf Will-O-Wisp is something you would like to save. So I am going to switch out, and, you know, the worst thing that happens is that we just save it for fodder, and it just comes in and dies later on, but then that will allow us to get a safe switch into something else. So it's all good. It is all good, and actually, now that I'm thinking of it, he knows I'm Scarf because I outsped. He's probably going to go for the only other priority move that Mega Medicham typically would carry, and that would be Bullet Punch. Because obviously he's not going to go for Fake Out again, that would just be silliness. So if he's going to go for Bullet Punch, we can just very easily go into Steelix here. Because I really want to get up Stealth Rocks. I really, really do. I know he can have high jump kick, but it's not going to be doing half if he's burned. It's just what it is. It's not happening. So out comes Steelix, and this will allow us to get off our Mega Evolution too. He does go for the Bullet Punch. That does a whopping, what, 5 HP? So thankfully we got that prediction correct. If he ended up going for Drain Punch or High Jump Kick or whatever other move he would carry, insert Fighting Stab here, that could have been a problem, but that did not happen. I'm going to go for Stealth Rocks on this turn just because I want those rocks up. He doesn't have anything to remove them. So that is the most important thing to me right now. Even if it means taking some damage on Steelix, that's just what it is. And if we end up having to trade Steelix for Mega Medicham, I'm fine with that because that might just be the biggest threat on his entire team. I'm kind of surprised he didn't save it until after he got Sticky Web up, because Mega Medicham with Sticky Web up on the other side is just absolutely terrifying. Because good luck trying to outspeed it. Really, good luck. Alright, he's probably just going to continually go for Drain Punch here, I would guess. He really doesn't have any reason not to. Kind of happy he doesn't have High Jump Kick. Judging by how much Drain Punch did, maybe it would have been a 2-hit KO. I don't know. Even through the burn, that's just insanity to me. But still, I'm pretty happy with how Steelix was taking that. And we can take a couple more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the Gyro Ball. And with burn, we might actually get the KO here, even though he's going to be essentially at full health after getting some more HP back. Just under full health, actually. So here comes the Gyro Ball, and Steelix is slow as can be. I do have a minus speed nature, and that takes him all the way down to like 5%. The burn is going to finish him off. And down goes Mega Medicham. So Steelix comes out on top there. How often do you see Steelix winning against a Mega Medicham? Probably not very often. Of course, it was only because he was burned, but still. So Noivern's going to come out here. He's going to frisk and find our Steelixite, as if that was really a mystery at all. Now, most of the time, these are choice. They can be Choice Scarf. I think Choice Specs is a little bit more common. He could be Life Orb too, but I tend to see Specs more often. So what are you going to go for? I guess a Fire-type move, probably Flamethrower. So we could go into our Nuragami here to take that. I mean, the worst thing that happens is that it goes for Draco, and we should be able to take that too. And then we can recover off the damage and force him to switch out and take more rocks damage coming back in, which is good. He does go for the Draco, predicting the switch, because you don't want to go for a Draco on a Steelix. That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. And that does just about 50%. 51%. And with lefties, though, we're going to get back up over that 50% mark. And he's at -2 special attack, so I'm not really afraid of you right now. And I think our best bet is to just go for a recover as he switches. And that's why I wanted the rocks up, because Noivern is all about the Draco. So you come in, drop a Draco, and switch out, and come back in later and do the same thing. And it's so fast that it really puts a lot of offensive pressure on teams. But if we're dealing 25% every time he comes in, he can only do that a set amount of times. Just with Stealth Rock alone, that's not even considering the fact that we may actually hit him once. And if that's the case, he's not going to last very long. And we have, Nuragami can take a Draco. Our specially defensive Mandibuzz can take it. And apparently it only drops us down to about 50%. And Steelix should be able to take it too. So I'm not too afraid of that Noivern right now. That's not really a big-time threat on his team at this point. I'm going to Dragon Tail this out as he goes for a Will-O-Wisp. So he's going to activate our Marvel Scale, which means it's going to be a little bit more difficult to break Milotic on the physical side. We get a critical hit on the Dragon Tail, which obviously is not really doing any damage now thanks to that burn. But Galvantula is going to come out, and that means that Focus Sash is gone. So, like I said, though, I don't think he had anything to remove the rocks in the first place. So I don't think it's that big of a deal, especially because this is not exactly a good matchup for us. I think I just want to go for a Scald. We can take a Thunder, and he can't paralyze us. So I'm not too afraid. And we may even take enough or not enough to the point where we can just, recover it off. I don't know. We'll have to see. Depends on if we get a Scald Burn. Oh, he opts to go for the Energy Ball. I think he was predicting a switch into Steelix there. And he gets a critical hit. I was wondering why that did so much damage. My gosh. Critical hit. And at least it didn't cause him to pick up the KO. I'm not sure if we can take another one now, though, so that kind of stinks. Prevents us from getting off another recover, I think. But yeah, he was definitely predicting Steelix there. He didn't want to fire off a Thunder and let Steelix come in for free, because Galvantula can't do anything to Steelix other than Energy Ball. So yeah, I guess we'll just go for another Scald. It doesn't really matter. Now he's going to go for the Thunder, now that he sees that I'm staying in. That is going to finish off poor Noragami. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. Well, she fought hard. It was the critical hit that ultimately did her in, but she put in some work there. Taking that Draco with 50% remaining, that's pretty impressive, especially if that was Choice Specs Noivern. That's pretty darn good. Now we can go in with Rotom. Galvantula is extremely frail, so I would not be too surprised if a Volt Switch just takes it out. Maybe this was a mistake. No, Galvantula is so frail. We'll go for a Volt Switch. Even if it doesn't KO, I'm not too afraid of Galvantula in general, because I can always just go right into Steelix and not take any damage. Because you're not going to go for Energy Ball with Rotom out in the field. You're going to go for Bug Buzz, probably. And it's not going to matter. It is a critical hit, so Rotom kind of returning that favor. I don't know if that mattered. I also don't know that Galvantula would really be doing that much damage to anything anyway. So I don't think that was a game-changing crit. And the critical hit on Milotic was not game-changing either. It was unfortunate, but it's not like it ruined everything. Alright, so at this point, we can go out into Randy and let Randy get some screen time. Finally. Finally. I mean, I say finally, but we're only like 10 minutes into this battle. It's just been moving kind of quickly, I guess. I've been doing a decent job at actually making my moves and not waiting the entire time. If that makes any sense. I know, it normally takes me forever to choose my move. I've been trying to work on increasing the speed at which I play, which that may not always be the best thing, not like I'm trying to rush or anything, but just pick up the tempo a little bit, just to train my mind to think a little bit faster. Of course, when that happens, you miss things, so there's a downside there. So Greninja is going to come out, and now part of me really thinks that this is just going to be physical Greninja, just because I'm going up against my subscriber, and they like to use interesting things, and I applaud them for that. I'm proud when I see those kinds of things. Either way, I'm going for the Mach Punch. He goes for the Shadow Sneak! Yes! Yes, that is beautiful! That is gorgeous. That is the Greninja that I know and love. The Shadow Sneak on fighting types to avoid Mach Punches and Drain Punches and Brick Breaks and everything. That was beautiful. So he's immune to the Mach Punch, and now he's going to U-turn. Man, that was top level right there. Top level play. Of course, he took all kinds of damage from the Life Orb, but it doesn't matter. Greninja is so frail anyway. It's really irrelevant. That's mind-blowingly cool. That's the Greninja that I actually use, or essentially the Greninja that I used in an OU session that I don't know if it's gone up on the channel yet or not. At the time of recording, I don't think it's up, but by the time you watch this video, it might be up, if that makes any sense. This is what happens when I'm recording a whole bunch of things all at once. Like, I'm in the home stretch now. I've got less than a week before I leave for vacation, and I won't be able to upload until mid-January after that. So I'm trying to get as much done as possible so you guys have your content. Because I wouldn't just leave. I wouldn't just go on vacation somewhere and have you guys without videos. That's not okay. So Noivern is out here, and he took another 25% due to the rocks, brings him down to about 50%. We did bulk up on the switch, but I don't know if that was really worth it. I don't want to take a Draco, even though I am specially defensive. I don't want to take that. So I'm going to go into Mandibuzz, and he goes for the Psychic. Wow, a Noivern carrying Psychic. That is interesting. Very interesting. I don't know if it's useful coverage. I don't know what you would be carrying that for specifically. Unless it's just for fighting types and you didn't want to carry Air Slash or Hurricane. I don't know. Either way, we can go for a knockoff here. If he wants to switch, that's fine. He may be choice though, as I mentioned, so he might just switch out, which means we'll get rid of an item on something coming in, which is always good. Always, always good. Good old Mandibuzz. I can't believe I forgot to nickname her. Her nickname was supposed to be Mandy. That's what I nicknamed all of my Mandibuzz. And I dropped the ball on that one. I really did. I'm going to have to rebreed a lot of my Pokemon, though, just because I want to bring a lot of them on battle... I'm talking too fast. I want to bring a lot of them onto Battle Spot, and they have to be Kalos bred. Or Kalos, however you want to say it. And most of my Pokemon were bred in Black 2, because that's just what I like to do. I don't know. Alright, so we get the knockoff on the Rotom-Wash switching in. That did a solid amount of damage, actually, more than expected. We get rid of that lefties. We're in a good position here. We really are. We don't know what kind of Rotom this is, though. I think all we've seen is Will-O-Wisp, because he willowed our Milotic. We can probably just switch in Rotom here. I mean, what is he gonna do? Go for an electric type attack? Volt switch, maybe? Or maybe just T-Bolt, just for max damage? Or maybe he's gonna Willow, I don't know. I have no idea. He goes for the Hydro Pump, he connects on it, that's probably gonna finish us off. And it does. So our Rotom ended up being fodder, which is fine, because we don't really need it for his remaining Pokemon. He's got Noivern and this Rotom and Greninja. I guess Greninja it could have been useful for if we could have caught him while he was still a water type. But no, that wouldn't have worked either because he had Shadow Sneak priority. So our Choice Scarf is moot. So we're gonna bring out Rapidash here because a Mega Horn should take it out from there. But we could also go for a Wild Charge. Mega Horn has a chance to miss, so I'm gonna go for the Wild Charge because he might switch too. There's also he might predict the Mega Horn actually and go into the Noivern here, and that's not gonna take a Wild Charge. So Wild Charge is our best option as far as a coverage standpoint because he has the Greninja that will go down to a Wild Charge, and the Noivern will too. And he does go out into the Noivern as expected. Going to take that 25% due to the rock, so he's got 25% of his HP remaining. He's going to frisk the Choice Band, though, so he knows that we are now locked into a move, but the trade-off is that Noivern goes down. And does he still have Galvantula left? If he does, I would assume that would be what he would go into here. Or no, he can just... Oh, Drapion is the other Pokemon. Ah, yes. He could have gone into Greninja, too, because Greninja outspeeds. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making things up. I'm telling you lies. Lies and slander, ladies and gents. Now, this could be a couple of things. It could be a Swords Dance set, or it could be Assault Vest. Either way, I don't want to keep Rapidash out here locked into the Wild Charge, so I will go into Steelix. We want to keep Rapidash, especially because, yeah, he's going to set up Swords Dances. Rapidash naturally outspeeds Drapion, so we can come in and fire off a Choice-banded Flare Blitz, and we'll still be fine. But what I'm going to do here is go for an EQ. He's packing the Aqua Tail. I was kind of expecting an Earthquake, but Mega Steelix takes it with 10 HP. That was a +2 Drapion. Gets off an EQ, and it's a critical hit. I have no idea if that mattered. If that's offensive Drapion, maybe not, but Drapion does have good natural physical bulk, so it could have. It very well could have. Wow, that was an interesting turn of events. Aqua Tail's a good move to carry just because Drapion is only weak against ground types. And yeah, so and a lot of ground types are also either steel or rock, and they don't take much from poison type attacks. So in comes the Greninja, and he is going to go for a Waterfall to finish us off. I cannot believe that Steelix took that Aqua Tail from a +2 Drapion. I know it was an unstab move, but we had like 80 HP left, and we still took it. That bulk is insanity. It's craziness. It's outrageous. It's all of those things. So this Greninja, with all of the damage that it's taken so far via Life Orb and Stealth Rocks, we can take it out in one hit with pretty much anything. So, question is, are you going to go for the Shadow Sneak? I think you're going to predict me to predict that you won't do that. And so, a Mach Punch sounds good right about now. It really does. Because I don't think you're going to assume... I think you're going to assume that I won't fall for it twice. But you know what? I'm going to outthink you here and go for the Mach Punch and it's not enough to take you out anyway, so you're still going to get a hit off. So there you go. And that does a solid amount. But he is at a point where another Life Orb hit will take him out. So I think Bulk Up might be our best play here. If he wants to go for Shadow Sneak, he can, and he'll kill himself with Life Orb. So I'm not going to just waste the turn completely. So yeah, this shouldn't kill, I don't think. Nope. Brings us down to 41 HP. He's going to go down to his own Life Orb here. That's a really cool Greninja set, by the way. Kudos to you for running that. And I hope you'll enjoy, because I know you watch the Showdown sessions. I've seen you comment on the videos before. Actually, I just responded to you, talking to the person that I'm battling, as if he's watching this right now. But anyway, yeah, you'll enjoy the Showdown session, the OU one, where I used Physical Greninja with Shadow Sneak for the same reason that you just did. Anyway, Rotom-Wash comes in here. That's his last Pokemon, and a Mach Punch at +1. He's not going to take that, and I believe that is the match, and it is. So that is going to be a victory for us, 3-0 in our favor. Kudos to you, Harold. Thank you very much for the match. I hope you had a nice time, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like rating or a comment or whatever you would like to do, and I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.